because they've got so many other jobs to attend to.
Kenneth Stevenson.
I certainly agree with him.
Now, during last night's Border Security, Asylum and Immigration Bill second reading, I watched with great interest, and I did notice that out of the 5 of the reform grifters, not one of them could be asked to show up. Well, it didn't go unnoticed when Labour MP Kenneth Stevenson was going through his speech in support of the bill.
Can I begin by committing my support to the Government's efforts today? After years of the party opposite failing to secure our borders with failed projects such as the Rwanda scheme, it is refreshing to see legislation come forward in this place that will smash criminal smuggling gangs and disrupt their ability to carry out small boat crossings.
Well, that's debatable, isn't it? I suppose in a way only time will tell, I suppose. But I do have my reservations. But I suppose it's more believable than that joke of a Rwanda scheme, isn't it?
When debating such issues, we must not forget the lives lost in small boat crossings. They include women and children, often fleeing violence and persecution, and they are treated in the most abhorrent manner by criminal gangs who put them on these small boats with no care whatsoever for their safety or indeed whether they make it across the channel. We must be in no doubt the sole focus of these criminal people smugglers is profit. They care not for the lives of the vulnerable and frightened, but for lining their own pockets and for the continuation of their despicable criminal enterprise. Therefore, Madam Deputy Speaker, although not a surprise, it remains absolutely absurd that Reform UK, and increasingly so the Tories under the Leader of the Opposition, point the finger at a government that is actually working to address this issue rather than work cooperatively to save lives, punish criminals and secure our borders. It would be fair to say that Reform UK are engaging in a form of politics that absolutely scrapes the barrel. They are focused on pitting working people against one another. Their language and manner has seen people settled in this country for decades becoming increasingly frightened about walking their own streets, and they have no care whatsoever if their actions erode the great British values of tolerance, inclusivity and respect.
Honourable friend give way.
Yes, I will.
Does my honourable friend agree that perhaps the reason Reform aren't here tonight is because they've got so many other jobs to attend to?
Kenneth Stevenson.
I certainly agree with him.
And I certainly agree with where the fuck are they? Clearly, all their jobs are far more important than representing their constituents, isn't it? And it's almost as if when it really, really comes down to it, when it gets to the nub of it, they just don't give a shit, do they? Toad of Turdhall, he's made a career out of persecuting refugees. Don't forget rampant racist Rupert Lowe. He's challenging Space Karen to be the most racist on Twitter at the moment, and 30p Leanderthal. Can't forget about him, can I? Wasn't he going to be slung out, or was he slung out of the Labour Party? I cannot remember, for being racist. And it was the same with the Tories. Was he slung out, or did he resign before being slung out for being racist? And if you're too racist for the Tories, that's saying something, isn't it? Because here's an important piece of legislation about something, let's be honest, they cannot shut the fuck up about, and they couldn't be asked to turn up to do their job they're paid to do. So for all you fuck nuggets who were in the cult, you know, when it really came to the Asylum and Immigration Bill second reading, if you can ask any of them why they couldn't be asked to show up, well, that's if you can get anywhere near them to ask them this question. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. And if you enjoy everything else of Commons and Select Committee meetings, like and subscribe, and I shall bid you farewell and take care, my friends.